you now. I forgot about, talking to girls when I'm not in state is I forgot how much it fucking stings sometimes. For various reasons. Tonight the most common theme was that me and Jackie, or me and Asad, definitely had some common interests, to say the least. And Asad was in a better state of mind. He was hanging out, and as a result, he was the best man tonight. Some of the stuff he was doing, I was looking at him like, man, I gotta respect that shit. I really do. This guy has mastered the social circle game. This guy has mastered, tapping into his scene. I guess to a certain extent I have as well. I've gotten further this year with my coworkers than any other year. As usual, I've kind of lucked my way into it. I'm not sure what it is about Asad, but he definitely exudes a completely different vibe. It's the kind of vibe that relaxes people. Something's happened to me recently where, the kind of vibe that I give off immediately puts up people's guards. I was looking at... I'm remembering that Deepak Chopra clip where Iman and Natalie go to, a horse ranch, and Iman immediately finds his equine companion, whereas Natalie, she is struggling. All the horses are walking away from her. She doesn't know why. She feels rejected. She feels dejected, she's not worthwhile. I'm gonna have to watch that video again, but the lesson of that was that the horses can feel your self-esteem. They will reject you if you reject yourself. And one of the things about aspiring towards, doing great things is you have to deal with that much more disappointment. You have to deal with that much more just questioning yourself. And it sucks ass sometimes. Because in the art of love, the biggest skill to master is enjoying the fruits of your own damn labor. And I'm not in a stage where I can do that just yet because, I'm remembering how hesitant I was last year. I'm remembering how, even though I was doing damn fucking well from a results standpoint, I didn't grow, I didn't develop. As a matter of fact, in many ways, I regressed back to my old fucking pattern. One of the things I can't reconcile is, or one of the things that I really don't understand is why I can't seem to reconcile my development in dancing with my development with, seducing women. At dancing, I don't care if I fall. I don't care if I screw up. I don't care if I get hurt. Fuck, I injured my wrist and I still went back to break it. And even though I now know that I need to fully recover before I can actually fully go back into the scene, I'm still partially doing it. I'm still figuring out ways to practice. And I'm still figuring out ways to work out that don't involve using that wrist. Hiccup, on the other hand, it's like, it doesn't matter where the fuck I am. I want a girlfriend right then, or I want to get laid right then. Expectations for the emotional side of things is way higher. There's a bunch of pressure. There's a lot of anxiety associated with that. And you know, ever since my relationship with Kelsey brought that back out, I've definitely regressed a little bit in you know, being able to cope with it. You know, last year I was just as in my head as this year. Or not last year, 2 years ago. It didn't matter to me because I found other ways to put myself out there. Now I just kind of stand there. But I guess it illustrates the importance of having a crew. You know, one that you're close with, or one that you're hopeful for, because every time I met a girl last year, it definitely has been because, you know, I've had a crew to relax around beforehand. I've had a crew to introduce them to. And in the case of Lisa, I at least had John and then Tanu to dance with, John to hang out with and Tanu to dance with that night before. You know, ultimately the art of getting myself out of my own damn head is kind of depends on other people, and I'm losing patience with myself as far as, you know, learning the ability to start doing that completely on my own. You know, Dan figured it out 5 years ago. Start going on his solo missions and then wound up getting kidnapped. I mean, granted, he was muscling through anxiety, but he was muscling through it. I'm just wrestling with mine. This isn't to say I'm back to square one. I'm still doing far better. You know, I've learned to refine myself a little bit, fine-tune that shit so that, you know, I don't come across as completely weird to my coworkers. I mean, as a matter of fact, like, you know, Howie, Darius, and Alex know I'm a little bit weird, but they're okay with it, and they still hang out with me because they like me. Then, you know, I'm also the engineer that has fun on the job. That's kind of rare to do. But I was thinking a little bit earlier tonight, Asad definitely has like a you do you kind of philosophy, and he's gotten damn good at it. Me, I'm still part of the social fluidity camp. You know, I still have different personas for different situations, and, you know, I started on this integration mission 2 years ago, and it seems like I've kind of put it on the back burner to try to, you know, be around my coworkers a little bit more. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm going to have to do a real big gut check on as far as what I want. I mean, I'm looking at my coworkers, I'm looking at the basic bitches, and they're definitely the most attractive. But am I going to be into them for longer than it takes to, you know, fuck them a few times? You know, that's a different story. I'm trying to find my way in with some fit chicks as well. I don't know that I have a way in with them. You know, there's a reason why they're that into working out. And then, of course, my biggest problem, which is, you know, I seem to have a problem I seem to have a problem relaxing. Part of the reason why Asad does so well is because he really doesn't give a fuck what happens. You know, he's just there to hang out. He's just there to have fun. And I was doing the best when I was doing that too. But I mean, this pressure, sexual frustration is eating away at me. And I don't have a grace type experience to, you know, deter me from falling in with the wrong girl. The closest I've gotten to that is the Alexis experience. And it wasn't bad, so it didn't really light a fire under my ass. Maybe that's just telling me that I've been playing things a little bit too smart. The one good part about tonight, though, is, you know, I think it's become pretty obvious that I still have to focus on some emotional recovery from the breakup. You know, I might spend a couple of nights not going out, maybe just driving for Lyft. You know, getting myself some chill. Because right now I have no chill. And people definitely pick up on that. But on the other hand, though, it was also pretty good that I actually put myself out there. I mean, I struck out 3 times and then did half decently with one girl. So, all hope is not lost. I got plenty left. You know, eventually I'm going to start developing some thicker skin for rejection. The kind that doesn't necessarily make me numb to it, but something that I can engage. Or walk away from and just move past it instantly. Either one works. This shit still takes practice. And you know, it turns out that practicing really has nothing to do with skills. It is, as Chris said, it's been an intentionality problem since fucking 2012. I have the skills, and I've said this multiple fucking times. Like, if I'm in state and I'm actually into the girl, I'm gonna pull out what I need to, because it's already inside me. It's just buried. I gotta be able to dig it up. And you know what? I told myself that I'd stop daydreaming, but fuck it. I mean, that's where a lot of that creativity comes from. You know, when I said that I need to understand the musicality of life, I started to approach my social interactions a lot differently. And now it's being able to reconcile, you know, moves versus movement, not just in dance, but, you know, in verbal interactions as well. You know, it'd still be beautiful that I actually meet a girl with dance and then use the verbal to kind of complete the picture. But, you know, in the meantime, I admitted to myself earlier today that I'm definitely a little bit more of the herd type than the fringe type. And I admitted to myself earlier tonight that most girls see me as confident. And sooner or later, I'm going to have to fucking own that. Sooner or later, I'm going to have to see myself the same way that others see me. You know, the way that I see myself is still, you know, the guy that's recovering from a decade plus of emotional trauma, especially in early childhood. But I also have to remember that part of that early childhood came with a shitload of freedom, came with a shitload of just me doing my thing, doing whatever the fuck I want. It came with, you know, something good, especially when I was around, you know, Daddy Sand. It's about reconnecting with that. And the way that I still see myself is, you know, a guy who used to have terrible confidence skills. Nobody else can see that. Nobody else can even conceptualize that. They're just like, wait, what? You had confidence issues? I mean, yeah, but in many senses, it doesn't fucking matter now. So what if I did? I'm still looking too much into that part of my past. If I really want to look into my past, it's going to be that part where I was at fucking Kwame, just running around doing anything and everything. Childhood at its purest. But if not, then this is who I am. Who I am today is a guy who likes to have fun, energetic as all hell, and borderline cocky. And I also happen to be smart and have my shit together. I mean, in many ways, it's time for my true self to catch up to my actual self. Not the other way around. Clearly, I still have a lot of meditating to do. But, you know, just like how an injured wrist is forcing me to work on some basics and some technique and other ways to dance, nights like these have lessons on their own. I'm slightly pissed and definitely disappointed, but sooner or later, when the pain hits a certain point, or when I just fucking smarten up, I'm gonna see the blessing in disguise for what it really is.